when you start selling on eBay, you do have to have some money up front. You're going to have to cover shipping costs and packing materials, and you can't think that, okay, well, this person purchased something from me for $20 and I'll use part of that for shipping, because PayPal's going to hold that money for 3 weeks. When you're a new seller on eBay, PayPal does hold your money, so you're going to have money set aside to pay for your shipping costs. You might already have some money in the bank, but when I started selling on eBay, I had nothing. Didn't have any of that money to front the costs. So what I had to do before listing anything and selling anything on eBay was to come up with some money to pay for postage. And what I did is I picked up items that people had set out to their trash, and so they were free. They were totally free for me. And I have tons of paint and different things like that sitting around the house, and I would fix them up and list them on Craigslist, and it would bring me $5 here, $10, sometimes as much as $50, but it was definitely enough to cover the shipping costs until PayPal started releasing some of the funds so that I could use that for shipping. That also means that you're going to pay a little bit higher for your shipping costs because you're going into the post office and paying for it right from there, where if you do it online, you actually get a discount. If you print your labels straight from the USPS website for things like small flat rate shipping, from the website you'll pay $5.10. In the post office itself, you're going to pay $5.60. But sometimes when you have no money, that's what you have to do. You have to pay a little bit more at first. So one of the things that I got was someone was throwing out a side table. Not a nice side table, not a wood side table. It was laminated. Yeah, I think it was laminated. It was definitely particle board. And it was very ugly. It wasn't a style anybody would want. But it was free. I told some people what I was doing, and they said, hey, there's this side table, do you want it? And brought it over. And I painted it. I put primer on it. I cleaned it first because it was gross. Inside and out, I cleaned it. And then I put primer on it, and I painted it a real pale pink that I had, because you're going to have to work with colors. If you have paint, you're going to have to work with what you have. Painted it a real pale pink, and then I did a faux design on it to make it look like a stove, like a little kid's play stove. I had some black paint, so I painted on burners. I painted on, I made a black area so that it looked like the stove that you would open. And I did the burners on top, painted on some little knobs, painted on a clock, and I put it on Craigslist for $5 because that's shipping right there. I mean, it didn't cost me anything. I had the paint sitting around. Maybe you have paint. Maybe you know how to fix things. Sometimes you can get things that people set out and they don't even need anything done to them, and you can just turn around and sell it on Craigslist. Maybe they didn't want to do that. Maybe they didn't have the patience to wait for it to sell. But a lot of the stuff is just it's broken or it needs painted, and if you have those resources, I know there are paint stores that give paint away like once a month, and you can go and just don't be picky about the colors. I'm going to show you the stove that I did, the one that I turned. Hopefully you can see this. It's on my laptop. You can see that. On top is how it looked when I got it, and on the bottom is how I painted it. And it's cute. I mean, it's cute. The drawer's open. So when I listed it on Craigslist, I said, you know, the bottom opens, and you can put your little play food and dishes in there. And a mom showed up the same day I listed it with her daughter, and they looked it over, and they thought it was cute, and they bought it for $5, and then after they bought it, I took my stuff to the post office and shipped it. So that's just one way to start selling on eBay with $0, because sometimes your income is you're just making your bills and you don't have the money to invest, but eBay is a good way to get started, bringing in a little extra cash. And I just wanted to tell you one of the ways I started doing it.